All right. Hello, 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 everybody. I hope you can hear me. You can see me. If you can, just please put it on the chat that you can hear me and see me. That'd be awesome. We have Mahin here. Hello. We have Nuria. Hello. We have Dixit. Hello. Amazing time. If you've been to the last webinar, you know it's going to be amazing. Oh, Mark is here as well. Awesome stuff. Last webinar, we had over 1,400 registries. We had about 500 people live. And then I realized that this one is not as popular because the last webinar was a little bit more generic. It was a bit, it was ChatGPT or LinkedIn Assistant. A lot of people were looking for that. But this one, we're going to really get into outreach. Okay. And I'm just, if you know the webinars, if you've read the details, the description, and or if you've came to another webinar before of my webinar here at TaskDrive, I don't prepare for them and I do things live together with you. And I think that's what people has been saying that they really like it because I'm not doing any slides, any presentation. I'm here. I'm going to share my screen in a minute. We're going to look at ChatGPT and we're going to do some great outreach together. I hope that sounds amazing for everybody because I'm very excited. So, before I start that, my name is Tim. Obviously, you can see it somewhere here on the bottom. Here, I think, yeah, somewhere there. My name is Tim. I'm the CEO of TaskDrive. At TaskDrive, we do sales enablement. So we will help you with your lead research, your outbound, your outreach. We have SDRs for you. We do pre-targeting. We do a bunch of amazing stuff. But obviously, we're all really getting into the AI space as well. But yes, a recording will be available. Recording is always available at the event itself. You just come back and you can play it on the LinkedIn event. So that's always available. If you haven't clicked yes on the marketing material, like so that we can marketing communications when you register, please do so because after the event, usually in the next week, we send a bunch of stuff. We send about 3 emails. One of them has all the prompts and some great stuff for you. The second one usually has a little offer, and the third one has our calendar link just in case you want to book a meeting and have a chat with us. Um, Steve has no sound. What did he do? I think everybody else has a sound, so I am sorry for Steve. If somebody can help him, hopefully we can get him to have some sound. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I hope your 6-month-old baby is okay. Yeah, I know it's tough. I have a 2-year-old, and it's still tough. It doesn't get better. So all the best part. Amazing. We have a nice little gathering here. A few people on LinkedIn, a few people on YouTube at the same time. But anyways, this is not about that. It's about me sharing my screen, doing some ChatGPT magic in front of your eyes. And we get down to business basically, right? So AI is awesome. I know that a lot of people are against ChatGPT sometimes, and I get upset because it's I call him my best friend. And people do make fun of me. I'm not that geeky, but since ChatGPT came along, I'm really loving it. I mean, like tasks that would take me 4 hours takes me 20 to 30 minutes. Tasks that would take me a couple of days take me a few hours. Um, and it is cliche what I'm going to say now because everybody says it, but it's what you input is what the quality of the input that you put in is going to be the quality of the output that you're going to have from ChatGPT. This is 100% true. I'll show you in a second. I'll ask just for a sales sequence. We'll see the quality, and then if we start chatting with ChatGPT, you'll see the difference of the quality that we can get out of it. One of the great things, to be honest, is that I always say this: don't go to ChatGPT to get just to tell it to do a task. Right? You can come to ChatGPT today and say, "Hey, write me this." You're gonna get this. If you tell ChatGPT, if you come to ChatGPT and you say, "Hey, let's have a quick meeting. I want to achieve this. This is what you're gonna play as a role. This is my goals. This is how you can help me. Here are some facts. Here are some examples. Here are some things." You'll spend the 20, 30 minutes to get that task done instead of just hoping that it's going to do it in a couple of minutes. It'll do it in a couple of minutes, but the quality is going to be very generic. And that generic stuff, people get really upset or they get angry. They're like, "Oh, this is not that good." Of course, right? ChatGPT is not here to take your job, but ChatGPT is here to be your assistant. And if you use it well, you can at least 5x yourself. And I'm even thinking that we can achieve 10x of productivity. Okay. If we have the right prompts, if we start getting really good at chatting to ChatGPT. Okay. So I've chatted a lot. By the way, in the meantime, I do check my chat. So if you have any questions, please drop it into the chat box. I do have a couple of my colleagues here as well. I think Jay's here from our HR, Oliver's here from our operations. If you do have any questions, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to help you as well. Okay, awesome. So let me just start sharing my screen. Okay, and then we'll get down to magic. Okay, so as I've mentioned, I don't prepare anything, but what I've done is I've prepared. Let me see. I've just got an empty document ready. Okay, always have an empty document next to your ChatGPT when you're doing stuff. I have ChatGPT itself ready. If you see something different than your screen, this is a Chrome extension called AIPRM, where I have my own prompts living on it. But I'm not gonna use any of these prompts. I'm gonna create a fresh new prompt together with you guys. And Philip, thanks for coming on board, man. I love it. I love to run these. If you've missed the last ones, please do watch them. They're still available on our TaskDrive page. The last one was ChatGPT or LinkedIn Assistant. Got really popular. We had over 1,400 people, as I mentioned. The one before was about 500. This one is a little bit smaller. I think the outreach is a little bit more niche, but that's okay because if I give value to one of you, I'm happy, right? And I'm sure that we're gonna achieve that. All right, cool. So what I've also prepared is not prepared. It was an old prompt, not a prompt, but it was an old chat that I had with ChatGPT, which I'll show you what it was because you're gonna laugh. And this is what I love ChatGPT for. So this was some text from a LinkedIn post of an amazing sales guru, right? So you can follow a bunch of gurus on LinkedIn, right? A lot of top leaders, let's call them guru. I think is a bit old school and not as good. It doesn't sound as good anymore. If you follow these people, they share some really good insights. They share frameworks, they share their systems, they share how they do things, and so on. So this one was, how to build a cold email personalization process. And I really loved it when I read it on LinkedIn because, it was talking about, the main pushbacks and so on. I'm going to go quite quickly, but they were also talking about, how to personalize that cold sales email. They're talking about mental model and so on, right? So there was a bit of a discussion and so on. But what I really loved is that they got into this framework, right? To take 5 minutes to find 5 facts to write an email in 5 minutes. Okay. So you take 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, you're researching your prospects, right? You're finding 5 facts about them. You're noting these down. And then when you have those 5 facts or the 5 minutes is over, right? And I do put a timer, it's much better. Then you take 5 minutes to write the email. Okay. With ChatGPT, you might do that 5 minutes couple of times. And as you have your own prompt, maybe you can bring that down to a couple minutes, the writing part. But the research part, I think you should do it. But I'll be cheeky. I didn't think about this, but we will try the live search as well and see if we can find the 5 facts by live searching. We might fail big time, and I reckon we're gonna fail because the live search with Bing is still really bad. But let's do it together and let's learn from it. So I love this. Take 5 minutes to find 5 facts to write an email in 5 minutes. Okay, this is awesome. In 10 minutes, you do one lead because we don't do quantity anymore. We're doing quality now. Okay, and you should really aim for quality and not quantity because sending thousands of emails a day, I'm sorry, but those days are gone. You can do it. You're gonna get XYZ percentage of response, but if you do personalize them and take your time, you're gonna get much higher response. And also, if you are sure that that's your ICP, your ideal customer profile, then it's okay to spend those 10 minutes, right? Okay, you don't want to burn your ICP by just sending them a generic email with one line of personalization. Because today, the AI personalizations that are out there, It's like you put company name, company mission, and so on, and everybody says, "Oh, Tim, I love what you did with TaskDrive." I get these all the time, and and they say, "You've built an amazing business," and then I'm like, "What's amazing about it?" They're like, "Oh, tell me about your industry." It's like, well, I thought you researched me. It's absolute BS, right? So don't fall into that game. All right. So take 5 minutes to find 5 facts to write an email in 5 minutes. Okay. So that's that first framework that I mentioned on the description of this event that we're gonna look at. We're gonna do it together, anyways, right? We're gonna do it together to craft a personalized message. Okay. And then everybody asks me. I've had this question multiple times. Everybody will ask me, okay, where do I find these 5 facts? Okay. So there is. Let me zoom out because it's a little bit too zoomed in now. Here is a list. Okay. You can rewatch this. We'll send it if you're on our event, you've registered with your marketing communications on. If you've accepted that, then we will be using your email to send you some valuable material. Okay. If not, send an email to tim@taskdrive.com and ask me questions, ask me the list, ask me the prompts. I'll usually reply. It might take some time. Last time we had 500 live people and a bunch of people wanted a lot of stuff. So it took me a few days to respond to everybody. But I think I did, and I've helped everybody there. And usually we'll transcript this and then we'll put it as a blog on TaskDrive's website. Okay. So here's a list, right? If you don't know built with can be a Chrome extension. You understand what the company's technologies are in the back end, what they're using for their website hosting, what they're using for their CRM, and so on, which is a great little tool to find technological facts about the company, right? G2 reviews, right? If you go to a company that has some reviews on G2, it's a platform of reviews, some great stuff there. Prior experiences, if you had some experiences with the company. LinkedIn activity, I think, is one of the first ones that I will check about the person. Company insights on LinkedIn, Twitter activity, recent news, blogs, podcasts, etc. We know that. CEO or their C-suite's bosses' public activity. If they're a public investor, if they have a public company, they'll have their K10, the pricing page on their website, their Facebook ads library, right? You can actually access everybody's ads for free on the Facebook ads library. Don't forget that. The careers page, this one is on fire. Why is it on fire? Because you can always find some really good insights on a fact on, you're hiring for a sales manager. We do sales, let's help you, right? That's so much more targeted. It's already personalized. It sounds silly, but it's already personalized because you know what I'm looking for. Okay. You can even help them by saying, hey, here's some profiles, or you can, we can work together type of thing. And any experience with their marketing, customer support, and so on. Google is also a great place to look for these, right? And again, I do repeat that it's 5 minutes of research and 5 minutes of writing. It means a minimum of 6 emails per hour. It's on average about 30 personalized emails per day if you're doing this full time. If you're an SDR, a sales development representative, you're doing outreach full time. This is kind of the time that it's going to take you. If you do that 5 days a week, it's about 150 emails per week, converting at 10%. Which this is a very low expectation, and it puts you at 15 replies. Let's say that 50% says no, and then you have 7 to 8 meetings set per week. That's 28 to 32 meetings a month. Let's say that you close a couple of those. According to your average revenue per account, your return on investment is already quite huge. Okay, so do think about that. Okay, so why I've brought this is because I wanted to show you how the framework works, and I might use this in our prompt that we're going to create in a second. Okay, so what I want to do is I really want to start digging into this and do one of these. Okay, so I come to ChatGPT on a fresh chat. I'm using GPT-4 at the moment. Okay, but you can use GPT 3.5 if you're not paying for the plus user. The plus user is $20. You get GPT-4. GPT-4 is a little bit better, okay, but you also have these new gadgets like the browse with Bing and then the plugins and so on. Okay, we might try browse with Bing in a second to see if we can find these 5 facts without even looking on Google. Would be very interesting. Okay, but I don't promise anything there. It's something that we're going to try together. Okay, awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this kind of prompt, and for you to see better, I possibly will do this. Okay, and I'm going to say, you know, act as my SDR, right? My sales development representative. I'll just open it up just in case. I don't think that there's going to be a problem, but I'm doing this just in case, right? Representative. You will assist me in writing cold emails. I do have a framework in mind. My framework is the 5-5-5 methodology. Why not, right? I can even say here is more info about the 5-5-5, right? And I'm gonna actually bring and copy what I have here. All right. Here is the framework. Here's a step-by-step guide. Okay. Uh, After that LinkedIn post, I've asked it to make it a step-by-step guide. Okay. So we're gonna tell ChatGPT, here's that process. You will help me write messages with this framework. I will find facts and will bring those facts to you. Okay. Right. So let's see what it's gonna say. All right. So I've just dropped that already. And after, people are like, oh well, you took quite a bit of time to put that prompt. I mean, it's I just came out with that prompt. You can optimize that prompt as you go, and then you can keep that prompt somewhere where you can copy and paste it, or you use a tool like AI PRM, and then you can just click on it, and every time it will just implement that prompt. Okay. So what does it say? It says, once you provide the facts about your prospects, we'll craft a personalized, concise, and effective cold email that would resonate with the recipient and drive the intended action. That's awesome. Okay. Great. So let's find some 5 facts about someone. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on LinkedIn first of all, and I'm going to choose someone that I know just to make sure that is easy. I'm going to go for David Hensel. Okay. I know that he's going to have a bunch of content. He's going to have a LinkedIn post lately. I do know this, but you can do this about anybody. It's just to gain quick insights for you guys. Okay. But you can do that with somebody random. If you do write a message on the chat and you tell me a name, or you put a LinkedIn URL of someone, I'll be more than happy to do that for that person as well. Okay. So David, okay, David is my target. All right. He's my ICP, he's my ideal customer profile. I want to sell to him. All right. And the first thing that you can do is just come to their activities. Okay. And bam, 4 hours ago, he had a post. Okay. What's his post? His post is that he's going to run the half marathon in Bodrum. All right. So what I can even do with ChatGPT, what I love, is that you can just take this. Okay, Mark, I'm doing you next. All right, Mark Turkle, we're gonna do that in a minute. Um, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say, first fact, I found a LinkedIn post from David Hensel. Okay, here's his post. Okay, and then usually you can just take notes of these. I can say second fact. Right, he's CEO of App Coach. Okay, that is a fact. He's the CEO of App Coach. Is it a very interesting fact? Not really. What is App Coach? We'll just put online coaching platform. Right, let's just copy that. Okay. You can find some better ones, obviously. I'm just going quickly here, and usually I would time myself. Third, let's do third fact. Okay. Let's find something else from here, or let's just change it up a little bit. Let's just Google it. Let's just Google him. Okay. At some point, you will start having your list of stuff. Okay. So boom, we've Googled him. We've Googled him. He has a website, which is awesome. Okay, what does he have on his website? I'm taking less than a minute. I'm gonna go to his website. I'm gonna go possibly to his blog and see what he's written latest. Okay, well, he's written 4 time management techniques. That's great. Okay, I'll just take this and I'll be like, I'm just gonna take the title. Third fact, his latest blog post was great. Here is the title. Yeah, so I put the title. I will find a fourth fact. Sure I understand. Okay, Siri is getting all excited here. I hope I hope that didn't bother you guys that much. I don't know why Siri decided that it wants to talk to me. That's technology for you. Um, so for facts, okay, you don't take more than 5 minutes to do this usually. All right. So let's see. Let's go back to his Google search. Let's find something else. Let's find something else. Oh, he had Young Entrepreneurs Council. I bet you he's a member. Oh yeah, member. Right. He's a member of Young Entrepreneurs Council. That's awesome. Right. We can say he's a member of Young Entrepreneurs Council. Let's go back to our ChatGPT. Member of Young Entrepreneurs Council. That's perfect. Let's just find the fifth one because we said fifth fact. You can start making this much quicker, right? You can have the list and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't have to write all this stuff. You don't have to write fact, because ChatGPT knows now that you're just gonna provide them facts. Okay. I want to find one more though, so I'm gonna look for one more. Um, One more. Oh, yeah. So he does have a coaching program, Manage Your Life the Way You Manage as a Business, Grow How You're a Person You Want to Be in the life. Okay, let's put this in. All right, let's put this one in. Five fact: he has a coaching business called Managing Happiness. Here is the header from his website. His website. Cool. Right, I put that in as well. So now ChatGPT doesn't know what we're selling. Okay. Do we have to sell right away? No. Okay. We're doing an outreach. Okay. So let's create the cold email to connect with David. I don't want this to be salesy because you don't want your first message to be salesy. This to be salesy. I am the CEO of TaskDrive. I love, you can also find something that you like about it. You can say this to ChatGPT. We can say that I love his latest blog post about time management, and his managing happiness course or cohort looks super interesting. So I've entered this data, okay? It's gonna bring something very long, possibly, and not amazing. Why? Because I haven't told it what to write, how to write it, and so on. But it's great. This is the first time we're doing this together live, okay? So what we can do next is to actually start taking that as a prompt and optimize it, okay? And I recommend everybody to optimize their own prompt, okay? And Mark, we're gonna do you. Okay, that doesn't sound right, but we're gonna outreach to you in a second. Okay, so what's great is that it's taking obviously the facts, okay, but it's very very long. Okay, I hope this message finds you well. I recently came across your LinkedIn post. Blah, blah, blah. I have to say it's always inspiring to see us pushing their physical limits. As a fellow entrepreneur, I admire the work at App Coach. I recently read your blog post. It's a lot of the facts, and you don't want to use all the facts. You can find 5 facts. You can keep these 5 facts to use a second fact or a third fact when you're reaching out on LinkedIn, right? When you're doing a LinkedIn post. So this is, first of all, very long. So one of the first things that I always tell to ChatGPT is cut the fluff and shorten this by at least 70%. All right. You can say these things to ChatGPT. Boom, it's gonna take that. It's gonna bring, or it's gonna take off all the fluff, and you don't want any fluff on when you're reaching out to someone. Okay. Bam, this is much better. Saw your Boardroom half marathon post. That's inspiring. Your blog post on time management caught my attention to the great content. I'm the CEO at TaskDrive, and we have a shared interest in effective leadership and personal growth. I've also checked out managing happiness. Intriguing concept. Could we carve out some time to exchange ideas? That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay. This is straight to the point. It's very quick. It's taking us less than 10 minutes. We have something, right? And then let's say that he didn't respond. I can say, great. Can you use 2 of his facts to write a short LinkedIn invite message? Okay. So I'm just I'm just trying something else here because I've sent him an email, hasn't responded. It's been 5 days. I'm gonna invite him on LinkedIn. Okay. We'll see how it does this one. Here's a concise LinkedIn invitation message. It's, I think, starting to get already quite. Oh, no. I recently read your insightful blog post on time and admire that you work. Doing that up coach as a CEO, I believe we share a common interest, leadership, other should open. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Okay. You'll get better and better as you go along. Why? Because the prompt that you use in the beginning, which let's remind ourselves, I've used the whole description of the framework, but I haven't created my own prompt there. Okay. Then what I've said is like, okay, here's, I'm going to give you some facts. All right. So you can actually start creating a prompt from it. You can even ask ChatGPT, can you create me a prompt so that I can keep doing this and repeating this? Okay. So because Mark Turkle is here, we're gonna do a real use case with Mark. I'm gonna copy Mark's LinkedIn. So let's do a new one. Let's delete this, okay, so that I do a fresh one so you guys can see. And I'm not even gonna use this time the whole thing, okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just write here, and I see a problem. You haven't really read their post. No, I haven't read their post, Nuria. You're absolutely right. You could read their post. I bet you that a lot of the people that send you messages, they haven't even checked your company and they say your company is amazing. So you can read their post, by the way. Which post was it that we liked? It was actually, I did read their post. He's doing a half marathon in Bodrum. That's the gist of the post. You can actually even ask to summarize the post first. Let's say that, you know, you find a long post. Okay, Nuria. Let's find a long post. All right. Let's find a long post. I hope I can find. Let's say that his post is long. It's not too long, but you don't want to read this, or you read it. That's okay. This is not that long, so you can actually read it. But you can also ask ChatGPT, summarize this post and give me the highlights. Yeah. So I just put the content of that post. All right, the post summary. The post emphasizes that AI is not a threat to human creativity, but rather a tool to amplify it. The author uses the example of writing a sales campaign, a process that can often be time consuming and challenging. By leveraging AI just like ChatGPT, great. This is actually quite on topic with our content. Okay, so you've gotten a little bit. If you read this, you've read their post. Okay. Um, yeah, Nuria. I mean, it wasn't that long. The post, the marathon one was it was quite easy. Okay, this one, I think that ChatGPT complicated a little bit. But what would be one of the highlights of this post? This post in in one sentence. Okay, in one sentence. Yeah, the highlight of this post is that the assertion that AI, like ChatGPT, is a tool to enhance and accelerate our creativity by streamlining the brainstorming process rather than a replacement for human creativity. To be honest, this is enough as a fact, right? You have read them, you know them, that they talked about AI, you know that their latest post was that. This is more than enough. You find four more facts. You have five facts about the person. If the person responds to you and you're starting to build a relationship, take half an hour now and get to know them. But if you're gonna do outreach, and we're going to do quality outreach, not quantity outreach, 10 minutes is already, it's not short, it's not long, but it's good. As we've calculated, you can do about 30 messages a day. Okay, 30 messages a day. It's good if you do the quality, if you find the five facts. They're quick facts, but they're really good. I will respond if you've read very quickly my last LinkedIn post and you've seen my webinar, and or you've saw that I was on a podcast as a guest and we talked about XYZ. And if you tell me these things, I'm like, oh, somebody that I can speak something about. But if you come to me and you say, Tim, I love you, the CEO of TaskDrive. You've built an amazing business with TaskDrive. Let me sell to you. This is what I get every day. I get 150 to 200 spams like this a day, don't you? Look at your email. This is the type of spam you get. Nuria, I love what you do as a marketing consultant at Fluent Strategic. It's the best company you've ever built. You have zero clue about it. They haven't even researched it. When you ask them, you say, okay, great, I'm interested. They ask you, can you tell me more about your company? Well, I thought you read about my company, right? So we're doing better than that already, in my opinion, and you can do much better. So I had Mark. Let's make sure that we have Mark. Where's Mark? Mark, do I have your LinkedIn here? No. One second, Mark. I'm getting your address, your LinkedIn address, because we said that we're gonna do a Mark. Yes, boom. Here we go. Software development playbook. That's awesome. He's got a book. All right. So here we go. I have already a fact. Nuria, I didn't read the book, but it is a fact that he has a book. He has a software development playbook. That's awesome. So let's start a new chat. Okay. And again, I'm not designing any prompts. I'm gonna do it live. Okay. So I'm not using any prompts, or I'm designing the prompt live with you guys. Okay. Help me write a cold outreach. I will use 5 facts so that we can personalize personalize the outreach. The outreach. Very short, very silly. Okay. These 5 facts will help us create an engaging first message. We don't want to sell. We want to build a relationship. Okay? Ask me the 5 facts. You can actually even say it. Ask me each fact separately. Is something that I do sometimes, and it's really good. Okay. So it's gonna now. It's asking me. Okay, it's asking me a bunch of questions. You see, it's a bit different than the last time, which is good. All right, here we go. What is your name and the company and your company's name? So these things actually you can put them in your prompt. So you can design a prompt to have these all the time available, so you don't have to repeat it. Okay. So what we'll do now is I'll just put Tim Cakir, CEO of TaskDrive. Okay. So who's is Mark? Mark Turkle is the recipe's name and their company. Let's find their company. Mark. Which company are you working for right now, Mark? Palm Beach Software Design. Okay, that's your company. You're the CEO. That's awesome. Palm Beach Software Design. Let me see if I can just copy this here. And it's a link, so I can't. So I'll have to write that. Mark Turkle, Palm Beach Software Consulting, was it? Palm Beach Software Design. Okay, Palm Beach Software Design. Okay. What do you know about the recipient's professional interests or challenges that your company can help with? Okay. So it's a bit different. It's not asking me about the 5 facts because we're doing something different. But what I can do is, here we go. Let's find Mark. You have your latest post. Overseas project in jeopardy. We've got you covered. At Palm Beach Software, we're project differing, unclear specs revamp. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this. You know what? I'm gonna say Mark. Hello, Anna. Mark posted on LinkedIn recently, and here was his message. I'm going to use that. Why not? Oh yeah, he has a book. Mark has a playbook for what was it? What did he call it? He called it software development playbook. He has a playbook for software development. Great. Okay. Do you share any common connections or interests? Oh, that's a good question, actually. I'll look into that. Okay, let's view his profile. Do we have? Yeah, we do have a bunch of connections. All right. So we do have all these people that are common connections. You know, I can even take this. What I'm doing now, you're gonna laugh, but you can just copy that. Here are a few common connections. Is for non-techie people, business owners. That's awesome. That's a really good fact. You see, I didn't even research that. And let's say, by the way, his book is for non-techies. Book is for business owners. And executives. A great question just arrives from Tim. Well, you have a great name, first of all. So well done on the name. Can't you just drop a bunch of URLs in the prompt and let ChatGPT figure it out itself? You can do that, and we're gonna do that in a second. Because as we mentioned, if we use the Bing search, you have to have the plus version, and you have to have search enabled. So right now we're using GPT-4, but without the search. But we're gonna do that as well, Tim. I think that's a great one. Let's say write a message to connect. Chat stopped reading web pages lately, I think. Well, ChatGPT stopped reading web pages in 2021. Okay, so the data that it has is up to June 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So you're not gonna get the latest stuff, but you do have on GPT-4, when you pay the plus, you do have the search, and we're gonna try that as well. Write a message to connect with Mark. I want to become a friend. Let's see. We're doing this together live. Okay. Boom. All right. So turning projects around and your impressive playbook. Nice. Okay. I hope this message finds you well. My name is Tim Cakir. I'm the CEO. I hate it on a cold thing when somebody talks about themselves first. I'll tell you about that. And then now it talks about my company. This is not good. It is, where is the output tone writing style? Yeah, that's not a part of ChatGPT. That's a AI PRM. It's a Chrome extension. Actually, thank you, Charine, for seeing that, because I can use that as well, right? So, but here, let's be honest, it talks a lot about me. It's horrible. It's too long. Don't talk about me. Talk about Mark. Don't mention too much about my company. I want to create a friendship. Friendship. I am not selling to Mark yet. Okay? Don't try to sell in your first message and cut 70% of the content. No fluff. Should have used one of the tones because Charine saw that as well. Yeah, so here you can even have your custom style and tone, and even you can also go in languages here. It's quite good. Uh, Boom. I prefer this. Tim Cakir here. That's it. You don't even have to say. Your recent LinkedIn post about saving jeopardized projects caught my attention. It's a challenge many businesses grapple with, and I admire how adeptly your team at Palm Beach Software handles it. Your software they want to play with is quite a gem. It's evident that you put a lot of thought into making it accessible for non-tech folks, a much needed shift in our industry. I'd love to hear more about your experience and insights. Fancy a virtual coffee next week. Mark, would you have a virtual coffee with me if you saw this? You didn't know me at all. You didn't come to my webinar. You saw this. Okay. I sent you an email. You didn't respond. And then a couple days later, I'm going to send you a LinkedIn post. A LinkedIn message is going to be even shorter. Love it. I would connect with this message. Boom. Mark, live here on our webinar. I don't know him yet, but we're going to be friends with him because we're going to have a coffee, right? And we're going to have a virtual coffee, you and I. We were able to connect. I sent him one message. We're already connected. It took me less than 10 minutes. I had to have chat take out the flowery tone on a message. Yeah, that does happen. So Mark and I now can be friends. Okay, Mark, please add me, and then let's do that virtual coffee. Um, let's say that Mark didn't respond, but Mark responded live on the webinar already. But let's say he didn't respond, and I'm gonna send him. Okay, can you help me? Let me zoom in so that you guys see. Um, can you help me write a LinkedIn invite to Mark because he didn't answer to my email 5 days ago, and I'm gonna see if I can use one of these tones, Charlene now, Charine, sorry, tone. Let's do a humorous, okay, or this is my custom one, friendly, fun, and direct, because that's how I am. I am friendly, I'm fun, and I'm very direct. Some people doesn't like my directness. I tell you that. Um, but anyways, writing style. I love storytelling. Let's see if there's a story. There should be a story like narrative. Let's do narrative. Okay, and let's try that now. Okay. Oh yes, so it's starting. Okay, so what happens here, Charine? Just to show you, you should use the tone and the writing style in the beginning, because if I use it later, what happens is that it will delete all my text. But I could try it if you want. Okay, um, uh, then I have to tell it new. I am writing to Mark and so on. You'd have to do that. Let's not do that. We can do it the next message so that you can see these tones and the writing style. Okay, because if not, I know that we're gonna have to redo the 5 facts about Mark. And now I am really stuck because it doesn't want to accept it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to refresh this page, guys. It does happen, stuff like that. Okay. I just refreshed it. It's going to come back hopefully in a second. As you can see, technology sometimes. And I had a prompt there, which is gone. That happens. But here you go. That was Mark. So let's put this. Can you help me write that for Mark? Here we go. We're back. Took us a couple seconds to leave, to have a problem. Here we go. So now we've taken that email. Mark already answered. I like that you can ask plain text questions. Absolutely, James. I'll show you a couple of things in a second. I've been following your insightful posts on LinkedIn and recently enjoyed reading your software development playbook. It's refreshing to see complex tech topics made so accessible. I haven't read his book, and I know that if Nuria is still here, she's gonna do correctness police. And you're right, Nuria. So, so I haven't read the book. So I would say I haven't read the book. I just think that it looks great. And would love to read it soon. Okay, so that we just make that correct, so we're not lying. Okay, so boom, your thought provoking post on LinkedIn and notice your software development. Now I've noticed it. Right, the concept of making tech topics accessible to of non-tech folks is indeed fascinating, and I'm looking forward to diving into it soon. Right, again, Mark, would you respond to this on LinkedIn? Let's see if he's gonna still like it. Nuria smiles. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you're here, Nuria. You're correcting me, right? I really dislike follow-up outreach messages with one-word sentence. I find them so passive-aggressive. Okay, that's great. So let's not do it with one sentence. PM me your address so I can send you a copy. Boom! Mark has already responded to me, and he wants to send me a copy. That is awesome. Oliver or Jay from my team, can you take note of Mark? I really do want to read his book. So let's send him our address so we can get a copy of the book. Mark, that's awesome. I just also made a new friend. And I'm sure we have a lot to talk about software development for non-techies, because I'm not super techie, but I love software development. So we're going to get along quite well. I'm just checking quickly the chat to see if I can help somebody else. So I've been using chat mostly for learning new technologies. James said, absolutely. You can even learn coding. You can learn anything you want, to be honest. I'll show you something very quickly if you want. I do have an AI tutor prompt that is magic, but we're not here for that. But I could show it in the end if we have some time. Okay. I remember everybody was saying that we don't... the URLs. Okay, so let's do something with the URL. Okay, let's do something with a URL, or let's do something with a real search. Okay, so I'm going to do a new chat. I'm going to use GPT-4 browse with Bing. Okay, because if you don't have plus, you don't have browse with Bing. So that comes to that data that I said it'll be up to June 2021, and nothing after will be available. And that's not what we want to do. So what I'm doing is I'm doing GPT-4 browse with Bing. Okay, I don't think you guys, yeah, you can see this. Okay, so I'm doing browse with Bing. It's really bad, I'll be honest with you. There's a better plugin. If you guys are already on the plugins, there's a better plugin which is called Web Pilot. Yeah, Web Pilot is a much better online URL analyzer. Okay, it's a plugin. It's much better in my opinion. But it will do browse with Bing. Okay, it's the simple one. Okay, write a message for. Let's see if we can find Mark Turkle. Okay, Mark Turkle from. Let's get his company name just in case, so we know that it's gonna find him. Mark, are you still here somewhere? I've had you. Yep. Um, Palm Beach Software Design, right? From Palm Beach Software Design. Research online and some facts about him. Okay. Let's see what happens, because we do have the search available now. So I said, write a message for Mark Turkle from Palm Beach Software Design. Research online to find some facts about him and personalize a nice message. Let's see. Let's see if we're going to be able to get it to search online. Yes, boom. So it's browsing the web. you can actually open up and see what he's doing. Searching Bing, Mark Turkle, Palm Beach software design. Perfect. So it's going to find anything that search brings. It's going to try to click on the first one. It's gonna fail. It fails a lot. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's still there, but it does find some good information. Okay. So I think this is Mark's website, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like his logo. Yep. So we're on Mark's website now. So it's thinking, it's looking on his executive team. Okay. So it's opened up this page of Mark. All right. Mark Turkle, James Wright. All right. It's checking all that stuff out. It's reading the content. Okay. It's thinking. All right. It's searching a little bit more. All right. It's doing news now. It's added news as you've seen it. And it failed click. Sometimes it really will fail a bunch of stuff. And then hopefully this is going to go good. Okay. YouTube. Mark has a YouTube video here. Right, so we found Mark talking Palm Beach software design. Welcome to another episode. Okay, so Mark, great little video there. Going back to last page, let's see if we're going to be able to get to something, and then we can see if we can help Steve to build my future on my site, positiveenergyresources.com, and I'm stuck as to where I start. Well, Steve, if I can't tackle this, send me a message. I'll be more than happy to help you. I have some prompts to do that. Why are you using Bing? Nuria, great question. Because we're using a search, and ChatGPT does not have any other search functionalities anymore. It's done a partnership with Microsoft. They're very close, and so Bing search is now available inside ChatGPT. There's no Google search. There is no other search. There's only Bing search. Okay, or there are some plugins. That's why I'm using Bing. It's not my choice. It's just what we have available. Okay. Here we go. So it's done a few searches, right? It's done even Crunchbase. It's look at Crunchbase. It look at Mark's website. It looks at Mark's executive team. It looks at the YouTube video. And here we go. We're getting a personalized message. I hope this message. I'm writing to express my admiration for your impressive journey in the software industry. Your story of starting out in a garage, sweeping floors, and shrink wrapping manuals is truly inspiring. Right? Some really good stuff here. Over the past 36 years, you have written millions of lines of codes. As the founder, CEO, software architect, and a proud father, you wear many hats. That's awesome. You see, I didn't even know Mark was a father, but I know he's a proud father. I'm a proud father. So, if you're not a father, you don't know, they told me. And then I didn't believe him. And then when I became a father, I saw there is a secret club. It's the father's club. When you become father, you actually secretly exchange things together. It's funny, but I really didn't believe it existed, and it does exist. So again, this message is too long. I love the facts. I love the facts that shorten the message by at least 70%. Okay. Also, one thing that I love, by the way, while ChatGPT is writing, is that you're not alone. If you're working remote and you're in your desk and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, and you need someone to help you, to push you, and so to have a meeting with ChatGPT is really good for that. It really does help me a lot. I go there, I'm like, I'm gonna do this. How can you help me? And it'll tell me how he's gonna help me. Dear Mark Turkle, your journey from sweeping floors to founding Palm Beach Software Design is truly inspiring. With 36 years of experience, millions of lines of code, your diverse roles as CEO. Boom. This is great. Looking forward to seeing more of your success. Mark is going to love this. Mark's already commented. This is amazing. This doesn't take away marketing people's job, but it will change their job for sure. But this stuff is awesome. You still need a human to tweak it, so nobody's losing their job. Absolutely. I've said it in the beginning. If you were not here, I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to stop for a second. I'm going to come back to the share. Don't worry. I'm going to stop for a second, and I'm going to remind all of us. Okay, let me put this in a way that is scary, but not as scary. But is, if you're fearing your job, usually is that you're possibly not very good at your job. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if you're fearing that AI is going to take your job, okay, then what do? Do you act out of fear, or are you going to act out of love and go learn that tool? Okay, so go and learn the tool, because today somebody that applies in my company, they're one person, they're a marketing manager. I think that was a good example from Mark about marketing person. One person. If that person or a competitor or somebody else on the candidate pipeline, right, comes and is a great user of ChatGPT, Will I hire someone that is non ChatGPT or someone that also knows AI tools? I possibly go with the AI tool person. Why? The 4 hour task is going to take him 20 to 40 minutes. The other person is going to take him 4 hours still. Okay. It's not about the hour, but it's also about, resources. One marketing manager can do the job of 3 to 4 people now. 100%. You can tell it, give me 12 LinkedIn posts. Okay. It's going to give you 12 LinkedIn posts and it's not going to be great. But then you're going to say, okay, it's not great because it's not very custom. Here's a few things I had in mind. And it's going to customize those and it's just going to get amazing. Right. It is a mindset. Absolutely. It's on the left. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you possibly can. On the left, I do so many things with it. Right. I even have a chat GPT setup guide. I'll rewrite the LinkedIn bios. I'll even research schools in Porto if I'm going to relocate there. I'll do personal stuff. I'll help my HR team with Jay's here. I'll do user research. I'll do client crisis management. One client had a complaint. How did we fix that? We fixed it. ChatGPT helped me. The client is very happy. Next month he's coming back. So any kind of thing that you're facing, you can tackle it here. I've helped David with his bio. You know, so many great stuff. Even electronic music marketing. You can do anything you want with it. Okay. So do think about that, and it's about the prompt. It's about the prompt you put in. Just to show you. So this was with the search that we've done. Okay, just to show you one more thing, I guess, is this was not on the agenda for today, but I'm going to show you this. I find a lot of great articles, right? And I'm sure that you guys find great articles. I love articles from First Round Review, by the way. If you don't know them, that they're really good. Um, let's find something. Here we go. Give away your people. How managers can prep for high performance to leave. All right. I read this, or I haven't even read it, and I'm like, you know what? This could be really a good step-by-step guide. All right. I do have a prompt already ready for this. Okay, where I can put just the URL. All right. I'll show you the back end of the prompt in a second. But basically, this will crawl live. Okay, it will go to the link, it will crawl it, and it will put it as a step-by-step guide. Okay. So any article, any LinkedIn post, anything you find online, you can actually ask ChatGPT to give you a step-by-step guide. So this is a step-by-step guide. All right. Boom. Here you go. Title, introduction. My screen is not showing. Thank you very much. Okay. So what I've done, guys, sorry, just to repeat. Thank you very much, Mark. That happens. What I've done is I took a link from a blog that I love, okay, from First Round Review. I took this link, give away your people, how managers prep for high performance to leave, okay. And what I've done is I just put that link, okay. But in the back, I have a prompt that I'm going to show you. And what happened is that link was crawled by ChatGPT, and it was suddenly turned into a step-by-step guide. Okay, so I'll show you just what's behind that prompt so that you guys understand. And these are my custom prompts, and we custom design prompts as AI Operator, one of our new ventures. And so if you do need any custom prompts, send me a message. Absolutely. So here is here is the prompt: is expert in operations, you're crazy about growth, you love simple process and building remarkable frameworks, your mind works in systems, repeatable, easily understandable and easily applicable systems are your jam. I will feed you bullet points or posts from people about tactics, tips, systems and techniques, and you will turn these into incredibly well written, detailed, clear and actionable guides. Read this crawled text and then turn it into an actionable guide. Okay, so what does that do is when I select that, it's asking me here for a URL of text you want to turn into a guide. Okay, and if I just put that URL, as you've seen, it will go and read it. But I'll put another one. I'll put the one from, because we were doing, let's see if I can get something else. Let's see, does Managing Happiness has a blog? Yes, it does have a blog. Let's just find something. The Ultimate Habits Guide. Boom, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to take this URL. All right, I'm going to go back to my ChatGPT prompt, and I'm going to put that URL, and I'm just going to click select. But I'm going to change it to GPT-4. Why am I changing to GPT-4? You might ask. GPT-4 is a little bit slower, but the conciseness of it, the things that it writes, is so much more like it's really good, and it'll start doing this type of things as well. It'll format better and so on, right? So it's turning that blog into an actionable guide, the ultimate habits guide to managing happiness. You can get rid of this after if you want to keep it for internal. When do I use this? You might ask. I use this a lot. Again, I do repeat. I follow so many great people on LinkedIn that has really great posts on LinkedIn. Here's my tactic to do this. Here's my technique. I did this. Here's my system. How I got $10,000 sales in one day. Here's what I've done, and so on. Those can become really amazing processes and actionable guides. So I use this prompt just for that. Okay. So what I've done is I put that in. Here we go. Part 1, understanding habits. Part 2, forming and breaking habits. And it's just gonna start writing this whole amazing guide. I've turned a bunch of stuff to amazing guys like this. Okay. But just going back to our topic, because I think we have a minute or so left. If I see any questions, I'll answer them. So if you do have any questions, please drop them in the meantime. But just going back to our topic, ChatGPT is not here to take your job. It's here to be your assistant. You, as a salesperson, you're doing outreach. If you do outreach on your own, it's going to take you much longer to write that message. Okay. And to be honest, after 30 messages a day, you're just going to have enough. But if you do have a partner like ChatGPT, okay, and you have a great prompt that you've created, and then each time you just drop that prompt and then you find the 5 facts about the person, you're good to go. Or as we've seen, let's see, find 5 facts about Tim Cakir from TaskDrive. So why I'm doing this is because this is really early days, um, but I want everybody, that follows me, to understand that, not to fear it, but to use it, to become friends with it, to get good with it, because it's not even the future, it's the present now, right? It's not one of the things, we had a bunch of stuff that we thought was going to be cool, didn't become cool and stuff like that. But this is here. Every company has built some AI kind of feature. Everybody's really pushing about AI, and if you're not, you're late to the game, and you're not going to be able to compete as well as others, but with having some tool like this, you're going to do much better. Nuria, the recording of the webinar will be available right after I finished it, on the LinkedIn page itself, on the LinkedIn event itself. It just shows that right away. Okay, so let's see if it finds 5 facts about me, really. Okay, here we go. Yes, we are getting some 5 facts about me. Tim Cakir is the CEO of TaskDrive, a company that offers personalized sales development services. That's perfect. He's passionate about growth, operation management, marketing, and technology. He consistently seeks new certification and knowledge to grow personally and professionally. 100% true. He studied. Oh, okay, all right. I forgot about my sound engineering. He studied sound engineering at university, but later pursued business-related certifications. That is correct. Outside of work, he's a DJ, producer music, and enjoys sailing. If you can see here next to me, I have a bunch of music gear. And he also emphasized that his family is his passion. Yes, that's correct. Before his role at TaskDrive, he experienced the pressure of the startup culture in Barcelona as head of marketing, which led to his first panic attack. Okay, this is very true. I've gone to the hospital. He's gained experience across a range of startups and now hosts masterclasses and workshops on growth and leadership to empower others. These 5 facts is all correct about me, right? It took us a minute. I just said, find 5 facts about this person from this company, and it went in search and find these 5 facts. Okay, so now you could just say it. Write a email to Tim to become friends. I see. I mean, I'm just. So you should, but here we go. as someone who has great admiration for your work in the tech industry, particularly leadership at TaskDrive and your dedication to growth and innovation. Having read about your journey from your initial foray into sound engineering to your current role as CEO, I'm inspired by your commitment to lifelong learning and your passion. Boom, this is good. It's going to be very long. I'd shorten this, and I think somebody in the chat was saying something true. It does give a lot of fluff, ChatGPT all the time. So you always have to say cut the fluff, and usually I always say cut 70%. Always cut 70% of what you're saying. It's going to be much better. Cut the fluff and cut 70% of the content. Okay? Always, this should be automatic. Actually, there is that with that extension. You can just say, shorten it, clarify it, rewrite, shorten, and so on. And I think you can do a custom one as well. And I should add a custom one that says cut the fluff and cut 70% of the content, because it always brings a lot of fluff. But here we go. I share your interest in music production and sailing. I'd love to exchange ideas about these and experience your leadership. Right? If you come to me about sailing and music production, I'm possibly going to chat to you. And then as we become acquaintances and friends, and I'm going to say, what do you do? You go, but I sell this. Oh, well, I don't need that now, but I'm going to need it, or I need it now, something like that, right? So I'm certified, but as an AI developed by OpenAI, I don't have access to personal data about individuals unless it has been shared with me in the course of conversation. I'm designed to respect user privacy, and therefore I don't. Therefore, when into my preference to provide information and answer questions the best order. So what happened, Mark, is that you couldn't get it, right? I just typed this into GPT-4. Give me 5 facts about Mark. Yeah, because you didn't. I don't think you've put search with Bing, right? So if you do have the paid version, hopefully you do have, like I'm showing now, hopefully you have browse with Bing. Okay, so if you use GPT-4, click browse with Bing. Okay, because that has live data. Yeah, it had not live data, it just goes and crawls. Okay, you can also, just to remind everybody, you can also do this with plugins. You have some good plugins for this, and I think my favorite at the moment is Web Pilot. Web Pilot is very good for search, so you can do the same thing with Web Pilot. So let's say that I did Web Pilot. I can say, research about Tim Cakir from TaskDrive. Let's see. I didn't say anything else. Yeah, I just enabled the plugin. Let's see. Yep. So Web Pilot is going to research that. Here you go. It's already found TaskDrive Tim Cakir user has required false. Okay, let's see. So it's going to start doing some magic. Okay. Here we go. It's found some stuff. It's found possibly things of, it's found TaskDrive websites, because I said from TaskDrive, so it's looking at TaskDrive. Here you go. You see, this one didn't find great stuff because it went just on TaskDrive's website, okay, and didn't do a search, right? So I think it was Nuria that was asking about that. So the great thing is to use GPT, browse with Bing. If you have an exact URL or a source that you want it to go, then you can use the plugin. But if you don't want it to do just a Google search type of thing, it's a Bing search, then you'll do browse with Bing, because this is browse. The other one is crawl. So the other one, actually, it just goes to specific. As you can see what it says here, browse and QA web page PDF data, generate articles from one or more URLs, which is good because you could actually put a few URLs into it and it'll go and read the URLs for you. Okay. Let me see if I've answered questions. I've kind of answered a bunch of the questions. Oh yeah, so Anna said something. Be helpful for generating text-based response and engaging, but it's essential to approach generated output with discernment and critical thinking. 100%, Anna. So Anna is saying that it can do stuff for you, but don't take it. Don't take it for granted. And no, you shouldn't. And this is why I say, anybody that is doing today, anybody that is doing automated outreach with GPT-4 or any type of sales enablement tool today that has some AI stuff, it's good. It's better than before, than just spamming people, but it's still not there. And so this is why using ChatGPT with good prompts and with your brain and chatting to ChatGPT so that you direct it to the place that you want. That's the key. That is the key. Awesome. Well, you might ask, what from here, guys? Well, a couple of things. If you do need some sales, okay, sales enablement at TaskDrive, that's exactly what we do. And we don't automate things like we don't send spam. We will use the 555 methodology. We will do it slowly, but we will have very good quality. Okay, so we will be doing this for you, the consulting, researching your leads, pre-targeting them, understanding who came to your website, and then outreaching to them. That's what we do at TaskDrive. Check that out. What are you using to deliver this live that allows you to see the comments? That's a really good question, Charine. I'm using Restream, but on Restream you can't see the comments. So I have two screens. I have the Restream on there, so I can control things like sharing my screen and so on. And on the bottom right, I have LinkedIn. I have the LinkedIn event, but I've paused the event, so I don't have the audio back, but I can see your comments. Because I do love to engage with you guys. So that's that. But the big news, we still haven't gone marketing with it yet. But AIoperator.com, I'll put that link into your website. If you do book a call, that call is with me. Okay. What we do with AI Operator is that we do AI consultancy and custom prompt engineering. I will be designing custom prompts for you, for your business, for your day to day, and so on. And if you find that you can't have all the time that you want to keep doing these prompts, like to implement and execute on these prompts, then we hire amazing VAs and we train them on the prompts and on the stuff that we design for you, and then we make them AI operators. So AI operators is the next thing, right? It's the next thing. Could you share the link to the post about the 555 methodology, please? Nuria, I'd love to. That was a LinkedIn post of someone, and then I just copied and pasted it here. But if you've registered with accepting marketing material, we are going to send you an email. We're going to send you 3 emails with some delay on it. And in about 1 week time, Nuria, this will be available also as a guide and as a blog post on our website at taskdrive.com. But if you don't see it, Nuria, send me an email at tim@taskdrive.com, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay. So, don't forget about AI operator, because this is the future. We've designed this on purpose. We've already, last webinar, we've done an early bird and we've already sold out all our early birds. So if you do need any AI consultancy and custom prompt engineering, reach out to me personally or just book a call here. Again, this call that you will book will be with me. So you will have me to discuss how we can help you on your AI needs. Okay, when we say AI needs, is business AI. Okay, we're not going to build an AI tool for you. All right, but we'll make you 5x more productive and potentially soon 10x more productive with different tools. Okay, awesome. Well, that's kind of what I wanted to share for today. If there's any last minute questions, I'm more than happy to take it. Write it now. If not, this has been awesome in my opinion. Some really good engagement on the chat again. I can see some people got really good value from it. I've made a new friend. I've made Mark as a new friend. I also have Nuria to watch over me to if I make any mistakes or if I write something that is not 100% accurate. So thank you, Nuria and Mark, and everybody else here. Charine for the great engagement. Steve, don't forget, I'm more than happy to help you. I had a friend post about my comment about family. How did he find that? Okay. Yeah, ask me that. I'd love to dig into that. Mid Journey, do you use it? Recommended. You can use Mid Journey. Great stuff for a social post if you do want to do some great art. 100%. But Canva has AI now, and Canva is much better for social media. Okay, so Canva, I'd use Canva. I use Canva to do that type of stuff. Joanna loves Mid Journey. It is awesome as well. Yeah, absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for the amazing engagement. Every 2 to 3 weeks, we do these webinars. If you want to be involved in the next webinar, like you want me to do something for you live and so on, just ping me, tim@taskdrive.com. I'll be more than happy. I love it when I have real use cases. Joanna, thank you as well. Charine, thank you. Yes, you're also, everybody's a new friend here. And add me on LinkedIn, please. follow my newsletter. If you need sales, go to taskdrive.com. And if you need AI, which you need, everybody needs AI, go to aioperator.com, book a call with me, send me a message. I am more than happy to help everybody. Thank you very much. This was lovely. All the best in your AI journey, and ping me when you need anything. It's been lovely, people. I was going to do 45 minutes. It's been an hour, 12 minutes, because we've been doing some great stuff together. Yes, let's chat soon. Thank you very much, everybody. This will be available right away. And if you haven't accepted the marketing communication, go accept that when you register to the event. You're going to receive a lot of stuff. If not, just ping us. I'm more than happy to help. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll bring my... Bye, Nuria. Thank you so much. I'll bring my music back. And then I'll slowly take myself out. Enjoy it. Don't forget about aioperator.com. Thank you, everybody. All the best.